Hey, welcome to my kitchen. Today, I forgot my hat, but I'm gonna be making for you curried chickpeas with rice and peas. Everybody's sleeping, I have to be quiet, so let's get cooking. Ingredients. So chickpeas, of course, I'm using canned chickpeas because, man, chickpeas is just too hard for me to soak and to prepare, so the canned one just works. I've diced up onions, all the different colors of peppers, carrots, thyme, and green onions as well, which we call scallion. So all of that is in this little mixture right here. And then this is for my chickpeas. I'm gonna use curry powder, ground turmeric. I'm gonna use a little bit of jerk, which is kind of just to enhance the seasoning there. And I'm gonna use some all-purpose. I normally use Maggi, but I'm out of Maggi all-purpose, so I'm using Cool Runnings. Then I have some bouillons, Maggi bouillons, which I'm hoping this helps to enhance my Maggi taste I usually have. So that's for my chickpeas. For my rice and peas, we got rice. I'm gonna wash this. I have some frozen kidney beans, so typically I just get the bag, boil all of it, and then just package them and freeze them for ease. And then I have some seasoning that I'm gonna put in my rice and peas, which is just a little bit of garlic, thyme, green onions, which is scallion, and a big scotch bonnet pepper. It's probably not that spicy, but hopefully it will add some flavor. And then to that, it's just salt to taste afterwards. So let's get started. So I've added my peas to a little bit of water, and I'm just gonna set this for boil until everything is thawed out. Then we'll add all the seasoning to the pot. So while my peas is being recooked or thawed, I've gone ahead and washed the rice. Washed it about 3 times until the water is clear enough. And then I took an extra can of chickpeas, drained it, dried it, so I'm gonna roast it in the oven. Saw this comment about chickpea snack, so I'm gonna try it. So it's just a can drained. I added some olive oil and a little bit of salt, and I'm gonna roast it in the oven while the rice is being cooked for like 20 to 30 minutes. So we'll see how that one turns out. My peas is almost thawed out, so I'm just gonna add all the seasoning, allowing that to cook while the rest of it gets thawed. I'll add the rest of that in a second. And then to this, I'm going to add some butter and some coconut milk once everything comes to a boil. So I will do that in about 10 minutes or so. All right, my peas, my kidney beans, they're all thawed out and they are boiling down. Because they're already cooked, I don't want to keep this on too long to make them overly soft. So everything has come to a boil. I've added 2 teaspoons of butter and some all-purpose seasoning. I'm gonna open this pack of coconut milk, add a little bit of water, add to the mixture, and then I'm gonna pour this over my rice. Okay, now this is all done. I'm gonna pour it over my rice, and everybody is awake now, so I can be as loud as I want. So now that's done, I've poured it over my rice. I'm just gonna mix it in real nice. I don't think I need to add any more water since everything is covered. The rice is fully covered. So this, I'm going to seal it with foil paper, and I'm gonna put it in the oven and bake at 395 degrees Fahrenheit for probably an hour or a little less, or whenever it's ready. we'll check after the half-hour point because it's rice. It doesn't take long. Okay, so my rice is covered. I've added the chickpeas too. We'll see how that comes out. And now I'm gonna get started with the curry chickpeas. Alright, I'm using the same pot, washed it out and ready again. Can't afford to mess up so many things. I'm gonna add some coconut oil, and then I'm going to stir fry my veggies in this once this is melted. Okay, added all of my natural seasonings, and I'm gonna allow this to simmer for the next 3 to 5 minutes before adding my powdered seasonings. Okay, so I've moved my veggies to one side. I'm gonna add my curry powder to another side and the turmeric. Can't do this with both hands, so I'm just gonna add it and let my curry burn for a little bit before combining everything. Now I can manage. I'm not a professional, but we'll try. Okay, so I'm just gonna get my seasoning infused with the coconut oil, some of it at least, for a minute or two. In Jamaica we say we have to burn the curry, else it will hurt your belly. So that's what we're doing. Give it another minute or two. It's really just infusing the curry with some oil for a minute, and then I'm just going to combine all of this before adding the chickpeas to the mixture. Alright, give it a minute. Okay, I've combined everything, looking nice. I'm just adding a little bit of the jerk seasoning now for flavor, and I'm gonna add a little bit of all-purpose, then add some water and cover this down to cook for about 10 to 15 minutes because the chickpeas is already cooked. Just to get all the flavors together, we're gonna cook it down for a little bit. Okay, there you have it. Added the water and some all-purpose. Now this one you really have to season to taste because everything is pretty much tasteless. It's natural seasoning. So while this comes to a boil and cooking, in a little bit, after about 10 minutes or so, we're gonna add some salt if needed, or a little bit more all-purpose if needed. I don't like using all-purpose and salt together because all-purpose in itself is already salty. But whichever works best, we're going to add as we come to a boil and simmering down. So that's it for now. Let's give it a few minutes. All right, my chickpeas is almost ready. Toward the end now, I have a special curry season from Jamaica, spur tree curry seasoning. It's pretty much all of the things that we added. It's onion, garlic, scallion, water, curry powder, salt, scotch bonnet pepper, etc. So this I love because it has a little kick of spice to it as well. If I don't want it too spicy, I'll add this seasoning, but if I want extra spice, then I'll add some scotch bonnet. But because I'm doing this one for church, I'm not gonna add any scotch bonnet to this. I'm just gonna add a little bit of curry seasoning and then a little bit of coconut milk after, and then we're done. It's like a paste, so I've added that and it gives a pop of color too. So I'm just gonna stir this around a little bit and then allow it to just cook in for a little more. Then I'm gonna open a pack of coconut milk, add some water, and add that to the pot as well. And why is Carrie behind us here? Okay, nice and pretty. I'm gonna add the coconut milk and allow this now to cook down for 5 more minutes. That's just coconut milk powder. Add some water to it and add to your pot. And we're gonna cover this and let it simmer for the next 5 minutes. Then we'll see our finished product. In the meantime, my chickpeas pops are done. Let's try them. Tastes almost like peanut, but not bad at all. I will definitely do this again. Okay, so there you have it. Curry chickpeas, rice and peas, garnished with a little bit of parsley. Looking all good and healthy and quite tasty too. Alright, see it there? Curry chickpeas and rice and peas. Go and try it. Hope you like it. See you next time.